Somewhere in the deserts of North America, an egg cracks under the loose dirt. A tiny lizard pushes its way to the surface, completely alone. It emerges into an immediate disadvantage. It is a fraction of an inch long, slow-moving, and completely exposed on open ground with nowhere to hide. In this ecosystem, threats come from every angle. Birds scan the ground from above, snakes slide through the grass, and coyotes emerge from the brush. Without parents to protect or train it, this newborn relies entirely on instinct. Its body is already pre-programmed with a specific set of biological tools to keep it alive. The lizard's life is defined by an escalating arms race, a gauntlet of predators that each hunt using a different biological specialty. Against a threat that hunts by sight, like a hawk circling overhead, the lizard uses its exterior. It presses its body flat against the dirt, locking its legs and letting its mottled scales match the exact color of the surrounding rocks and sand. But if a clumsy ground predator, like a young roadrunner, gets too close, staying still won't work. Instead, the lizard inhales sharply, pulling air into its body to puff outward. This diagram illustrates the geometry at play. By pulling in air and locking its exterior spines outward, the lizard effectively doubles its circumference, creating a shape that is physically impossible to fit inside the narrow opening of a small bird's beak. That inflation deters a pecking bird, but a visual disguise fails against a predator that doesn't need eyes to hunt. When a snake flicks its tongue to track a scent trail, coloring means nothing. To counter a scent tracker, the lizard retreats to scattered rocks. It wedges its spiny body so tightly into a narrow crevice that the snake's head simply cannot pull it out. Camouflage, inflation, and rock wedging are effective against predators limited by their vision or the physical size of their jaws. A coyote breaks those rules. It tracks with a highly sensitive wet nose and has jaws strong enough to crush a fully inflated lizard. Cornered with nowhere to run, the lizard's body initiates a drastic response. It constricts the blood flow leaving its head, allowing immense pressure to build inside the vessel surrounding its eyes. When the pressure peaks, the vessel ruptures. A thin, pressurized stream of blood shoots straight out of the lizard's eye into the coyote's mouth. The lizard's diet provides the ammunition. It extracts a specific chemical compound from venomous harvester ants, absorbing it into its bloodstream. By retaining this chemical, the blood becomes overwhelmingly noxious to canines, forcing the coyote to back away. The lizard actively weaponizes the toxicity of its ecosystem. It takes a hazard of the desert and synthesizes it into a highly specialized chemical defense system. This chemical deterrent only works if the predator actually tastes its prey during the attack. A mature hawk drops from the sky, striking with sharp talons. The bloodfail fails against an aerial predator only seeking to carry it away. Caught in the air, the lizard resorts to thrashing. Its rigid spines scrape against the hawk's legs, creating just enough discomfort to loosen the grip and let the lizard drop back into the safety of the rocks. No biological shield is perfect. Surviving a predatory encounter often requires exhausting every defensive tool in the lizard's arsenal. A year later, the lizard is fully grown. It has navigated the desert gauntlet long enough to reach physical maturity and claim its own territory. It now fulfills its biological imperative. The lizard drags its heavy body to a patch of loose soil and painstakingly digs a deep hole to deposit a clutch of eggs. After burying the nest, a foraging ground squirrel starts digging nearby. The lizard charges, snapping at the squirrel's side to drive it away, before walking off into the desert for good. By leaving these eggs behind, the lizard achieves its ultimate goal. In evolutionary terms, its mission is a complete success, regardless of what happens next. Now 2 years old, the lizard crosses an open stretch of ground and encounters a fully mature adult roadrunner closing in fast. Instinctively, the lizard deploys its oldest trick. It pulls in air and puffs its body out, locking its spines in every direction. But the adult roadrunner has learned a counter tactic. It clamps its beak around the lizard, lifts it, and violently slams it against a flat stone. The force of the impact knocks the air straight out of the lizard's body. Its spiny armor deflates, allowing the bird to swallow it whole in a single motion. Evolution is a cycle of tactics and counter-tactics, where predators eventually crack every defense. For the horned lizard, success means surviving just long enough to leave the next generation safely in the dirt.